770 Eastern Parkway in Brooklyn, making a full recovery from his stroke and hopes to celebrate his 91st birthday next year in person. In Manhattan, Steve Powers, Fox 5 News.
There was a birthday celebration today in Brooklyn, and as Kevin Rosen reports, the celebration brought traffic to a standstill.
It is a birthday celebration unlike any other. The spiritual leader of more than 1 million Lubavitch Hasidic Jews turns 90 today. But Rabbi Menachem Schneerson will not attend. This was last summer when he met with Mayor Dinkins to try to quell disturbances between blacks and Hasidics in Crown Heights. 90 vans called mitzvah tanks rolled into Manhattan from Brooklyn to spread the Orthodox Jewish teaching, at one point stopping at Grand Army Plaza to form the number 90 with the vans. Schneerson is a direct descendant of a founder of the Hasidim. He and his wife escaped France before the Nazi invasion and arrived in Crown Heights in 1941. He has never left, and he has never set foot in Israel. While the celebration has been somber, there is hope because of the rabbi's condition that this is the year he will lead his followers to Israel, where he will then reveal himself as the Messiah. In Crown Heights, Kevin Rosen, Channel 9 News.
Ultra-Orthodox Jews from the Lubavitch sect drove 90 campers from Crown Heights, Brooklyn to Midtown Manhattan. The parade of the so-called mitzvah tanks marked the 90th birthday of Rabbi Menachem Schneerson, the Lubavitcher Rebbe whose followers believe he is the Messiah. The Rebbe was unable to attend this year's celebration because he's recovering from a stroke.
Coming up, we'll show you the biggest birthday party in town today for the man some say is the Messiah.
To the spiritual leader of thousands of Hasidic Jews, a man followers say could be the Messiah. Rebbe Menachem Schneerson, leader of the Lubavitcher sect, turned 90. Thousands of followers celebrating his birthday at the sect's Brooklyn headquarters, then driving a caravan of campers called mitzvah tanks throughout the city, 90 in all, each for 1 year of the Rebbe's life. He is still recovering from a stroke, and he personally was unable to take part in the celebration.
Jews believe the Messiah is yet to come. Here and in Israel lately, there are some who say the time is very near. Here's ABC's Dean Reynolds.
The word is spreading. Billboards proclaim it in Jerusalem by day and in Tel Aviv by night. In Israel, the message is just about everywhere. It is simple and startling. Prepare for the arrival of the Messiah. The message comes from Brooklyn, New York, the headquarters of this man, the Lubavitcher Rabbi Menachem Schneerson, leader of the largest ultra-Orthodox sect in all of Judaism. The expectation of a Messiah is a central tenet of Judaism. First say recent events match Jewish prophecy of the coming of the Messiah, that a nation threatening Israel will be humbled. They point to the collapse of the Soviet Union, to the subsequent mass emigration of Jews from there, and to the futility of Saddam Hussein's missile attacks on Israel. What's more, they say the rabbi predicted these things. Dean Reynolds, ABC News, Tel Aviv.
And that's our report on World News Tonight. I'm Peter Jennings. Have a nice evening. Good night.
Thousands of Lubavitcher Jews are gearing up for this week's special birthday celebration for their Grand Rebbe. The Rebbe, born in Russia, has risen to monumental status in Brooklyn. More now from our Mary Snow.
Here on the streets of Crown Heights, you sense anticipation in the air, and it comes with a clear message. The Messiah is near. From around the world have come here to mark his birthday.
I wouldn't be anywhere else. Nothing could convince me to be anywhere else.
With that anticipation comes sadness. Sadness that the Rebbe won't take part in any public celebration. That includes the parade of 90 mitzvah vans that'll roll through Brooklyn and Manhattan Tuesday spreading his message. Also missed the Sunday ritual where thousands of people cram his home as he hands out dollar bills for charity, passing through everyone from the ordinary to more well-known, like singer Bob Dylan, all to get a few seconds with 11 News at 10.
He is the Messiah. And at this hour, the spiritual leader of 1 million Lubavitcher Jews is being honored with a grand celebration. Today is Rebbe Menachem Schneerson's 90th birthday. Correspondent Chris Borgen is live in Brooklyn, where the streets were crowded with revelers a minute ago, who'll be parading into Manhattan right now. Chris.
Jim, quite a few still remain here in Brooklyn, here on Eastern Parkway, hoping to get sight of the Rebbe if he comes to the window. Catch sight, and if they do, well, they'll sing out in Hebrew, in Yiddish, in Russian, in German, in whatever language you can think of. And they'll all come out simply to say, hey, happy birthday. It could only be fitting and proper that a birthday celebration, especially a 90th birthday, should be celebrated by the children, hundreds of children, all ages and sizes, but especially the very young and the very small. For a word to remind those whose birthday they were celebrating, perhaps they did not really know who he was. Menachem Mendel Schneerson, born in Russia in 1902, educated in France and England, migrated to the United States just before World War II. He's remained here ever since. And in 1951, he took over as the Rebbe, the leader of the Lubavitch sect of the Hasidic movement of Judaism, the seventh Rebbe in a direct, unbroken line of descent from the founder of the sect in the Belarusian village of Lubavitch. Today, Rebbe Menachem Schneerson is 90. There's a fitting word of advice.
All people, the Rebbe said, should strive to be more righteous in their daily life. One should be better today than yesterday, and prepare today for an even better tomorrow.
So the celebration goes on today, and what happened here earlier, the throngs of people standing outside and lining the sidewalks, 90 mobile homes called mitzvah tanks, and they will be taking off throughout the city to stop throughout the city to give out meals during this season, and also literature about Judaism. The celebration of Menachem Schneerson. Happy birthday. Live from Eastern Parkway, I'm Chris Morgan, at GA Studio.
Thanks, Chris. From Schneerson, the sect is marking the occasion by sending out dozens of vans they call mitzvah tanks across our area. Their mission is to urge other Jews to return to the observant fold and to distribute Passover food and literature. The Grand Rebbe himself is not participating in the festivities. He is still recuperating from a stroke suffered several weeks ago that left him partially paralyzed.
Consider the Messiah. He is Rabbi Menachem Schneerson, the spiritual leader of 1 million Lubavitch Jews around the world. To celebrate, 90 stretch campers called mitzvah tanks rolled into Manhattan from the sect's headquarters on Eastern Parkway in Brooklyn. Then they spread out into the 5 boroughs to distribute Passover food and literature. The only person missing from the party was the Rebbe himself. He is in his Crown Heights home recovering from a stroke last month.
Marking the 90th birthday of a spiritual leader. And
New York City carrying a special message to mark the birthday of a spiritual leader. That's next on Eyewitness News.
There were some traffic tie-ups caused by unusual vehicles in the city today. It was all to honor a man known simply as the Rebbe, the leader of the Lubavitcher Hasidic sect, who is 90 years old today. Carlos Granda standing by live at Columbus Circle with details of this unique celebration. Carlos.
Well, as part of the 90th celebration for the Grand Rabbi Menachem Schneerson, 90 of these mitzvah tanks, as they are called, have taken up positions at various locations throughout the city. It's all part of an effort to reach out and promote a return to religion by Jews who have not actively practiced their faith. They came from all over the world to the Lubavitch headquarters in Brooklyn to celebrate and to pay tribute to the Lubavitcher Rebbe, Rabbi Menachem Schneerson. The Grand Rabbi is the leader of more than 1 million Hasidic Jews, an ultra-Orthodox branch of Judaism. He is a direct descendant of a founder of Hasidim, and many of his followers feel he is actually the Messiah because of his leadership and achievement. Joseph Schilkrug came from Brazil to take part in this celebration.
To me, it's the most important day, and to get some inspiration to go back to continue in a real underdeveloped country.
Rebbe has said that a birthday is like a personal new year, a time to be better today than yesterday, and a chance to be even better tomorrow. To achieve a better tomorrow, mobile units known as mitzvah vans were sent throughout the city. They paraded through Brooklyn and Manhattan, causing a few traffic jams along the way to spread the Lubavitcher message. People here say this is the best present they can give to the Rebbe. The mitzvah tanks will be out until sunset. Reporting live from Midtown Manhattan, Carlos Granda, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
The Grand Rabbi's illness didn't detract from the joy of celebrating his life today, from his boyhood in the Ukraine to student days in Paris and building the movement in Brooklyn.
Every year when we have a celebration for his birthday, he stands in front of 770 and he waves to the mitzvah tanks when they leave on their way to Manhattan. Unfortunately, that is not going to happen today.
Then a motorcade of 90 vans called mitzvah tanks, carrying followers of the rabbi who want to carry his message of a religious, charitable life to other Jews, left from Manhattan down Eastern Parkway, crossing the Manhattan Bridge. The caravan halted briefly so fervent believers could dance. To honor the rabbi's 91st year, they sang from the 91st Psalm, With long life will I satisfy him and show him my salvation. Aboard van number 8, Schneerson's followers spoke with passion, likening him to the Messiah.
What better birthday present could we give him than to make people do good deeds and tell people and ask people to be kinder to each other, and maybe this way the whole world will get a little bit better, the whole world will be a more peaceful place to live in, and this can definitely hasten the coming of Mashiach. Thank you.
The coming of the Messiah.
The coming of Messiah.
The Mitzvah Tank Brigade broke up at 5th Avenue near 33rd Street. Then individual units went about their work, seeking to convert other Jews.
Okay. Have a good day. Enjoy your trip in New York. Have a kosher and a happy Pesach.
Good luck.
Thank you.
People helping him celebrate. Details in just a moment. The caravan, unlike any other we've seen, a demonstration to honor the Rebbe, Menachem Mendel Schneerson, the leader of the Lubavitcher Hasidic sect, on his 90th birthday. Mobile units known as mitzvah tanks rolled through the streets, and thousands came from all around the world to honor Rabbi Schneerson